Hey Bachelor Nation, welcome back to the channel. Title: Golden Bachelorette. Joan Vassos breaks silence on secret wedding to shock in a twist worthy of a reality TV finale. Joan Vassos, America's beloved Golden Bachelorette, has finally broken her silence about her secret wedding, and the internet is ablaze. Fans of the Golden Bachelor franchise have followed Joan's journey with deep emotional investment, from her early heartbreak on Jerry Turner's season to her own historic appointment as the first Golden Bachelorette. But now, just months after her season aired, Joan has dropped a bombshell. She's married, and not to the man fans expected. In a quiet, candlelit ceremony held in late September in the hills of Napa Valley, Joan Vassos tied the knot in secret. No production crew, no televised vows, no Neil Lane diamond. Just close family, a few trusted friends, and one incredible love story that almost never happened. So, who's the mystery man? Here's the shock: it's not the winner of her season, but someone who never even appeared on the show. At least not officially. The secret love story. According to Joan, the relationship blossomed long before she stepped onto the Golden Bachelorette set. "I met him in the most ordinary way. At a charity fundraiser for breast cancer research," she shared in an exclusive interview with People. "He wasn't flashy or trying to impress anyone. He just handed me a glass of water and asked if I was okay. And that tiny gesture, it stuck with me." His name? Michael Chock, a retired architect from Portland, Oregon, and a man who had actually been in the running to appear on The Golden Bachelor himself. "He made it to casting," Joan revealed. "But he backed out at the last minute. He said something didn't feel right, like he was supposed to meet someone another way. I guess he was right." They stayed in touch after the event, but lost contact once Joan left to film her season of The Golden Bachelorette. "I told myself I was open to finding love on the show," she said, "and I truly was. But something about Michael never left me. Even when I gave out that final rose, there was this quiet voice in the back of my mind asking, 'But what about him?'" Walking away from the spotlight, her decision to keep the relationship and the wedding a secret wasn't made lightly. As the face of a historic season, the pressure was immense. "I felt like I owed people a fairy tale ending," she admitted. "But real life is more complicated than roses and helicopter dates. What I found with Michael wasn't flashy. It wasn't filmed. It wasn't sponsored by anyone. But it was real." After the finale aired, Joan quietly reached out to Michael. A few long conversations, a couple of handwritten letters. Yes, actual paper and ink. And a single impromptu coffee date later, the spark that had lingered returned in full force. "We just fit." Joan smiled, her eyes glowing in a way fans never quite saw on camera. No performances, no competition, just peace. And laughter. So much laughter. The wedding no one saw coming. The ceremony itself was intimate and deeply personal. Joan wore a pale ivory dress passed down from her grandmother, and Michael donned a navy suit with his late father's cufflinks. They exchanged bows under a canopy of grapevines, with Joan's adult children standing proudly by her side, and Michael's golden retriever, Scout, trotting down the aisle with the rings. There were no drones, no camera cranes, just birdsong. Joan laughed. "And that was perfect for us." According to sources close to the couple, the only guests invited were immediate family and two of Joan's closest friends from the franchise, Susan and Faith, both of whom have reportedly known about the relationship for months and kept the secret like vaults. "They're like sisters to me," Joan said. "They didn't even flinch when I told them." Faith cried, Susan poured champagne, and the rest is history. Reactions from Bachelor Nation. Naturally, the news hit Bachelor Nation like a thunderclap. Social media erupted within minutes of Joan's Instagram post, which featured a black and white photo of her and Michael hand in hand beneath a canopy of trees. The caption read simply, "Love doesn't always follow a script, but it always knows the way." Jerry Turner, the original Golden Bachelor, was among the first to comment, "Wishing you all the happiness in the world, Joan. You deserve nothing less." Other franchise alums chimed in with support, admiration, and a touch of envy. "I love this woman even more now," wrote Leslie Fima, another fan favorite. "She did it her way. That's the dream." Still, not everyone was thrilled. Some viewers expressed disappointment that the televised ending didn't reflect the real outcome. To them, I say this. Joan responded in a follow-up post. Real love is bigger than a finale. Bigger than a rose. And sometimes, it grows quietly in the dark, until it's ready to shine. The future. Off-camera, Joan and Michael are reportedly splitting their time between her home in Rockville, Maryland, and his vineyard-adjacent property in Oregon. Joan continues her work in philanthropy and grief advocacy, while Michael volunteers with Habitat for Humanity and builds furniture in his spare time. When asked if she'd ever return to reality TV, Joan laughed and said, "Only if they need someone to hand out wine and wisdom. I've had my turn in the spotlight." As for their honeymoon, the couple plans to road trip along the Pacific Coast Highway, with no agenda except enjoying the ride. A new definition of the fairy tale Joan story is proof that fairy tales don't always end in castles or on camera. Sometimes they unfold in whispers, in quiet choices, handwritten notes, and the courage to walk away from expectations in favor of something more authentic. I thought my love story would be written in gold script on a TV screen, Joan reflected. Turns out, it was handwritten in pencil, smudged at the edges, but absolutely perfect. And just like that, the Golden Bachelorette redefined what it means to find love later in life. Not with glitter and confetti, but with grace, intention, and the quiet certainty that it's never too late to choose your own ending.